Hello and welcome. Today's date is the 26th day of March and the year is 2021. My name is Derek and this is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades amongst the like, well, that is within each his own risk and their own reward. I'm going to start off by I'm interested in a question if anyone knows the answer, and this would be towards those who invest within the stock market and e-traded any of those, really all of them, like which how you can make trades in that level. I'm going to show it in the comparison to cryptocurrencies, and as I'm doing that, I'm also going to show you just interesting ways when you want to get into a coin, how you can find where it's traded, and just making trades, and then just wallet management stuff like that. So to do that, I'm going to bring up. I'll get to Bitcoin in a bit, but before that, let's now bring up coin market cap, and you got all the coins in here. So if you're interested in a coin, and I probably should be one looking at one I really don't know, like Luna, for example. What the heck is that? I've heard it, I think. You click on it. It gives you a bunch of information, including a chart that will come up here. Wow, it's been going up nice. So assuming you want to see where it's traded, go to market. Binance, KuCoin, Huobi. So you can see all these different places. I want to go to a exchange that I don't deal with because I know I won't be logged in and anything like that there. Bithumb, KuCoin. Let's do KuCoin. So you can just click on this. Well, if you click on this, what's going to happen? You'll see information on the exchange. If you click on this, this will take you to the exchange to this exact code. And this will, of course, give me the opportunity to ask that question, which is like limit orders, basically, a limit order question. This looks a lot like Huobi, or excuse me, and that too as well. Binance. That looks like more like Binance actually. So in here, this is, if you're not familiar, you got sell orders on top and buy orders on the bottom. These are people looking to sell at this price and buy at the price. This is the price. This is the amount that within that realm of one and the combination of a bunch of users have, and then and so on and so forth. So if you want to just take the instant trade, you want, and it's so, I hate this. This is frustrating to buy and sell when it moves like this. Come on, don't do that. But you just put this number here to buy, and then you can buy up to 535, and then you got it. You got your buy. You can try to put a number in below, and you have to have someone come to you. It might hit, it might not. So that's the difference of a maker to taker. So the question is, how easy is it to do that within like normal stock market when you're doing like SPY and like Amazon and all the stocks? Say a stock selling for $7.50. Can I put an order in for seven? Easy enough, and it's pretty much the exact same as this for the most part. That is the question that I am wondering if anyone knows the answers to that within the exchanges. I've only ever traded stock market for just a matter of months, and that was before 2010 decade began, or 2009. And I never even understood those kinds of things back then. And I pretty much would just be, I'm going to buy this and get in and out and so on and so forth. So let's just assume this is a coin that you wanted to buy and you want to get into it. So obviously you need to have an account with the exchange. You want to make sure that everything's fine with your exchange. So if you're new to the exchange, you might have to do KYC, and sometimes you don't, especially if you're not doing big levels. I think on Binance, I've done KYC on Binance myself. I think you could do it without having it. Now, I look at KYC, know your customers, they call it, meaning you have to give identification and with your your driver's license or other miscellaneous ID, as well as your cell phone information. That's pretty much what they need to get. It's also security for yourself. If something happens on the exchange where things aren't going well, at least you know. Like for example, on the website before, I put a withdrawal in, and it just didn't process. I sent an email to them, like support ticket 3 hours or so later, and they gave me a generic response back, asking for my reply. I sent a reply back, but they didn't reply. 4 days or so later, maybe whatever, 5 days, I put another support ticket in. Nothing happened for about a week or so. Then I put it in a different category, and then it got fixed. But if something were to happen, then at least you got the lawyer, you got an account, and that's your security for purposes like that. So it can work to your favor as well. So therefore, you have the account. You want to, when you're starting off new, you want to just make sure that the withdrawals deposits work well. So you don't want to deposit much to start. And then you test your withdrawal. So say you're getting into KuCoin. Okay, I'm going to make a KuCoin wallet somewhere. You find it. Okay, you got your private keys. So you got it set up. And now you buy it. So now you're going to go to withdraw. And I don't want to withdraw much just in case things screw up on me. I'm going to withdraw a little bit, and then I'm going to see it go to my hardware wallet. Okay, so I'm going to look at how it's processed, how it looks, how long it takes. Then when it's in my hardware wallet, let's send it back to the exchange, and then I can see how long it takes the exchange, how much the costs are, and you get a good idea about that information. And then when you think, okay, all that stuff passes a test, then I'll make my normal buy. I'll buy what I normally am planning to, and then I'll withdraw it off the exchange into my hardware wallet. And then when it's time to sell, like for example, just looking at this chart, I know these things have been going way up. Let's just assume I bought it now at this point. And then it just has a move or it comes up. I say, oh, it's up here now. I want to sell. Okay, I'll go to the website. I'll go to, and here you go to, I know I'm not logged in, but you look for like a wallets page or deposits and withdrawals. Binance says, search the coin. Okay, I'm going to search LUNA. It comes up, oh, deposit address. You click on deposit, you find the address, so you go to your hardware wallet, you paste that. That's what I do. You paste the address in, put the amount in you're looking to move over, and then well, you've already did it before because of the test run. So that's just a quick idea or quick message, just yeah, quick idea on how that can be done. Alrighty, back to the charts. First off, Bitcoin and then Dogecoin. Daily chart. It's been in a phenomenal run. It's had a couple of days within the 18 average of highs. And I just finished watching Samantha Jane's last video that just came out, their free one, their half-hour one. And I don't know how I didn't figure this out, but it's interesting. Let's look at the end of March, or February, or end of every month. Well, we're at the end of March now. We're on the 26th day, 5 days to go. End of February, it's at the bottom, February 28th. And well, options closed at the end of the month, and we got Bitcoin in the options now. But anyway, as it goes, the decline happened February 28th after it topped on February 21st. In January 27th. And not at the final day, but there's the bottom. Here we can say it didn't go none of that stuff happened in December, so you have to put that in mind. But it did, of course, have that move. And I was even stating before, like the previous years, that was usually the start. Like it would have a little bit of a decline, then go up, and I kind of predicted I think that was going to happen, and I guess it kind of did. I mean, I thought it would have been a lot worse, maybe a little longer, a little deeper back, but it is what it is. Shorting up the time frame in here. Now, first, these Fibonacci lines representing Fib from this low to this high. Anything below this line puts me in bearish territory, or the sellers are in control of this market within this high from this point to this point. If it's in the middle of this, it's neutrality. And for buyers to gain control of this time frame, they need to do so above 56,000 and change. So there's a big test going on right now via Fibonacci analysis. Twice before, this 53,000 and change level was support. First time, it was not there long. Here, it spent a decent amount of time, pretty much always staying above it, microscopically piercing extra on both situations. And then after hitting this fib, piercing extra, no support, piercing less on this move here, but hitting the low, and now it's a possible level of resistance. So I've said so many times, I'll be looking for an area of resistance. I'm looking for it, I see it, how are we going to act towards it? Well, amongst the 4 hour, it's really just, so far it's holding within the 18, but you know you got to get above this, and that just gets you to neutrality territory within that particular time frame. This is on the hourly time frame like a inverted head and shoulders pattern, and it's kind of interesting. I think when you see a pattern like this, I really wouldn't get too excited, aka if I was going to do anything with betting it, make any type of bets until I can see it getting above like 54.2-ish area or 54.1 change. Definitely well above 54. But I do like the setup on this as, yeah, we break down below, kind of resist this area. Okay, there's your leg lower, next from that point, another leg lower, okay. And then lower high to here. chance to break down on these two situations, 1900 hours and 22 yesterday. Not able to follow through too well. And then you have these three periods in here showing strength at the 18 average of highs. Decent move resisting that point. Okay, so it means still got to get above it. Just because we resisted it doesn't mean I can trust this rally on the shorter term time frame. I mean shorter term, but bit longer than this, of course, like the 4-hour stuff that I'm talking about in daily and stuff like that. So from this move, okay, how is it going to react to it? And well, it supported this, and now this is last period. It completed an amazing hole. 24 minutes left past the halfway point, so it's holding well within the 18 over the last, like collectively over the last 2 and the last 4 periods. So to me, it looks like it's going to make a move breaking to another leg higher, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's to this line. But again, if it's going to go to 56,537, it's definitely guaranteed. It's going to get to 54,100 before then. And if it doesn't get to 54,100 anytime in the near future, it's not all going to get to 56.3 and change, which is one of the reasons why sometimes you might want to wait for a specific level. Of course, what you do is your own risk, your own reward. It's all about trying to find strategies that work for you. Now let's finish it off with Doge, just a bunch of red and green things going sideways on the hourly. I'm back into it. I'm still waiting to buy some more because Bitcoin Cash deposits take a long time. DGB ones don't, and that's what I'm going to be turning a little bit of DGB and a little bit of Bitcoin Cash into Doge. Been in it before, but from what I'm hearing, and again, this is from Samantha Jade's video, and I did a bit of other research on it as well, that there's developers and who actually care about this project now, and one of the big, I find a funny story. I'm a dog fan overall, as if it means anything. It's not even, I don't even know how it's pronounced. Doge, dog A, I don't know. But I know it's got a picture of a dog on it. But anyway, the creator of it apparently was just making it as a joke and just did it just because he could do it, something to do kind of deal. And pretty large market now, and a lot of people hold it and trade it. So I don't know if what they say is real or not, but whatever. Now, when you're in a situation like this, and you're trying to predict, oh, is it a good price or not? I don't know. I mean, literally, this is about as neutral. I mean, this is not the greatest of scalings, but this is about as neutral as you can get in the tough of where do we go in the near term? Do we go and make a move up towards somewhere in here? Do we fall down towards in here and that leg lower? I don't know. But I'm fine if it does go down to like 66 and stuff like that. It's really just consolidating my bet. And I'm not going to really pair trade against any other coin. I'm just going to buy it, hold it, and then if it has a decent sized gain, okay, how much of it do I want to sell? And then I'll ask myself, what at that time, what is a good thing to put it into? It's pretty much the way I'm going. And all the other ones that I've been talking about recently, like GoChain, QTIM, and stuff like that, pretty much all the same strategies as well. It's probably better if I look at this on like Poloniex or something like this, because then I got a lot more data. Then we'll look at it against the dollar. And to me, it's at a scary area of a buy, because the only way, from what I've been thinking for years, that I could say that this is a good buy is if two reasons. You notice something new that says that it's got a worthy of an upgrade, and maybe what I've been stating is. B, day trade. Meaning, you buy something, and then you're looking for a good gain. I mean, something like this, I mean, I like to see it break above this, but it costs you more to buy it at 132, but you also have a better chance of getting these intended targets near or above 200 more quick, faster. This 100 number is very interesting, though. How many times has it been resistance? A lot. Okay, just a lot. Like the amount of times that it's done it and pulled back. Very predictable even back then, knowing, well, if it's ever going to be real, what it needs to do is get above resistance, have a significant leg above it, come back to it maybe, find some way of supporting, congesting at it, and then leaving it. Well, I mean, it's just starting on the comeback. It's been there for a while. As far as Fibonacci is concerned, let's do some calculations. I'm going to get this high, and this high comes in at 226 and divide it by the low. So I just scroll it like this, so that it's this low says 15. What's this one here say? 15 as well, so we'll go with that. To the exponent of 0.236, and then the other one's to the exponent of 38.2, 61.8, and 76.4. They're the four that I really care about. So 119 and 80. So we're basically having like a 50% retracement. But I don't know how 50% is a Fibonacci retracement when Fibonacci is an adjective, which it kind of is when you say Fibonacci retracement. But it's still a 50% retracement. So 120 and 80, let's just take a quick look at that. Well, 120 has most certainly been resistance. So, and it didn't support it all too well here. And that's something you look, if you don't support it, do you resist it? 80 has not been support, at least. It hasn't as of yet. Okay. 100 is more psychological. That's where it's doing it at right now. And I look at stuff like this. Is this a possible failed breakout? Maybe. Possible. It's been in a sleep mode for many days now. So as it made the statement for 3 days going down like that, it still managed to do nothing, showing no signs of either breaking it or breaking down. Let's look at Doge against the buck, and I might as well use again the get all the data from way back when, given that this is a long-term chart. And I do have to go now, so I'm going to make this quick, but it's 5 cents. Leg higher, supported, and I had these fib lines in, and I think what look like fib lines anyway. Obviously, clear, nice break, decently overextended. Now, just to give you an idea of what my Doge is going to be worth for my net worth, between 1 to 2% of my portfolio. So, if it's overextended and I'm buying a little too high, so be it. And I might even buy more if it comes back and gives me a good Fibonacci retracement. It has been a little bit of time from this high, where a little here and here, so definitely could be some further extension, I think, moving forward as it is, which I think anytime you make any type of buy like this, entry buy, make sure you can handle the risks of the loss, and are the probabilities fine, with especially what you're putting in for how the risk factor works. So for what could we get to here? Just quickly looking, I mean, this thing could probably get to, and this has got a better log scale, I think. Closer to $1 wouldn't surprise me. I'll talk about more about this later. Take care. Bye-bye.